gifted, superhuman gods of Olympus. But don't be depressed. That's why I'm here, to help you become number one. I'm Eric Fire, here to help you climb out of your depressing lives and conquer the world and everything that inhabits it. I'll see y'all real soon. Mwah. What's that, Mr. Pops? Y'all think I'm awesome? Well, thanks, so are you. Not as cool as me, though, because I'm Eric Fire. That's right. Asshole. Come on. Jesus.
Hello, friends. Hello, friends. There we go. Okay. Hello, friends. This is Ludovico 120. This is Ludovico 122 coming at you once again through the power of the internet. And today we're gonna talk about that topic that I promised you guys, my favorite subscribers, over a week ago. You know, that topic that resonates stronger and stronger among us, but very few actually dare to speak of. That's the deep web. You see, the internet is often compared to an iceberg. Its tip, a small part above the surface, is the common internet that billions of people visit daily. The part hidden underwater, though, that's the deep web. Like an iceberg, it is believed that the superficial internet that we think we all know is only 15%, while the remaining 85% is hidden. Passwords, banking transactions, corporate and government databases, everything that's considered confidential passes through the deep web. This is why this part of the internet is the one that hackers and cybercriminals are actually most fond of. But like everything in life, the deep web also has its dark side. In it, we can find drug sales, weapons, false documentation, child pornography, images and video depicting actual rape and murder, horrifying medical experiments, organ sales, and even hired assassins. Sometimes reality surpasses the best horror film invented by man. But we can also gain access to the most important secrets in military history. We can also gain access to revolutionary technology in the years to come and conspiracy theories. You see, the deep web is comprised of 6 levels, sort of like a video game. Level by level, the difficulty to access the next one increases as do the dangers and content of the documents that can be found there. Throughout this week, I will try and delve to the deepest of levels to share with you the information on each one of them. I have to admit, I never gained access beyond level 4, but that's why I asked a bunch of friends that have their experience with the deep web, and they have vowed to help me. With their assistance, I will try to reach Zion, the ultimate level of the deep web. Zion, however, kind of became a legend. It's basically impossible to get access to, but a few people succeeded. Problem is, those who did actually went to jail or gone missing. Before we begin, I must warn you, people that have accessed the deep web have suffered severe traumas, great depressions, and even gone as far as committing suicide. Oh my goodness. I know there's great content to be found, but there's also things that shouldn't even exist. Sometimes human evil exceeds the most unimaginable limits. Hi, my name is Ludovico 122, and this is my world. Okay, dear subscribers, fasten your seatbelts. The time has come. Let's begin. On level 1, we're above the surface. It's still the tip of the iceberg. It's the common internet, the one that we use on a daily basis. This level isn't dangerous at all. It's basically little known content, but with very easy access. You see, what happens in many occasions is that users that delve into the deeper levels, they bring up to the surface images, videos, and documentations that they found on the deep web. These files tend to go viral within minutes, and that makes way to a bunch of debate about whether or not these are real or fake, because as I'll explain later, you'll see that it's not so easy to download files from the deep web. Well, so as you can see, there's about 100 of results. But I gotta tell you, the vast majority of them are actually fake. Okay, so let's begin with this picture that went viral a few years ago and that sparked a whole lot of controversy. You know, many has been said and written about Hitler's supposed link to aliens, such as Nazis being using extraterrestrial technology to conquer Europe, as well as the Aryan race being created by said beings. The most prominent ufologists say that the Nazis designed secret aircrafts shaped like saucers during the Second World War. They actually support these statements with testimonies of Allied pilots who during the war claimed that they saw hundreds of metallic and luminous spheres chase their planes, commonly known as the Foo Fighters. Okay, so let's take a look at this photo in question here. Like I told you, a few years ago, this photo emerged, and within a few minutes, it went around the world because it was assured that it had come from the deep web. Okay, so at a first glance, it appears to be fake, but before we discard any hypotheses, the first thing that we should do is investigate, and that is exactly what I did. You know, even though the worn out color of the picture makes it look old, I was actually struck by Hitler's gaze. He's not looking into the alien's eyes. He's actually looking higher. So, after a few more hours of research, I managed to find this old German magazine where you can clearly see Hitler shaking hands with none other than Mussolini. You see, it's from that image that this fake was assembled. A true fake! A true fake! Not only that the photo is not real, it also did not come from the deep web. And now, I would like to show you a video that you can find for yourself within level 1.
I should like to tell you that I have seen some of the experiments shown in this film actually carried out at the All-Russian Physiological Congress. Long ago, science established the fact that animal organs and tissues isolated from the whole organism can be maintained in a living state. But in order to achieve this, special artificial conditions must be created. Isolated organs can be brought to life even though they've been removed from the animal's corpse some time after death. As a dog's heart. It can function as well in artificial conditions as in a living organism. And for this purpose, blood is introduced into the cardiac vessels. The isolated heart beats just as it did a few hours previously in the living dog. The arterial pump takes arterial blood from the reservoir to the head, while the venous pump drains off the venous blood. The blood is arterialized in the reservoir, where there is a steady flow of oxygen. The artificial blood circulation ensures the metabolism necessary for the life of the head. The isolated head lives on for hours and reacts to external stimuli. The isolated head even reacts to light and to sound. The revival of individual organs enabled scientists to proceed to experiment on reviving the whole organism. The revival of the whole organism can be achieved with the help of an apparatus called the autojector. The autojector carries out the functions of the heart and lungs. We begin the experiment of revival. The experiment is carried out on a dog. A substance which prevents clotting is introduced into the animal's blood. The dog is under an anesthetic. It doesn't feel pain. No interruption of the animal's normal functions has yet occurred. The dog reacts to touch. Its pupils are normal. A special apparatus, the kymograph, registers the breathing and the function of the dog's heart. The dog is still weak and can't move. After 10 to 12 days, the dog returns to its normal state.
Unbelievable. I know, you're probably as shocked as I was the first time that I watched it. And yes, I know what you might be thinking, this is probably another fake, right? And I gotta tell you that it is true. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is actually one of the first videos that came from the deep web, and its content is 100% real. By the end of 1920, Sergei Bruhonenko managed to keep the amputated head of a dog alive for 190 minutes. The dog's head was connected to a heart-lung machine baptized by Sergei as the autojector, the device that supposedly gives the head everything it needs to keep it alive. Despite the medical reticence and the bizarre nature of the experiment, Sergei was a pioneer in research and construction of the first heart-lung machine, which later became essential in extracorporeal surgery. But Bruhonenko was not the only one to perform this type of dog experiment. In the 50s, the Russian scientist Vladimir Demikov surprised the world by transplanting the head of one dog to another. The two-headed animal survived the transplant for 1 month. The objective of the Soviets, as always, was to develop the perfect weapon. The possibility of using monkeys was also studied, but they ended up choosing dogs because they were most manageable and quiet. They chose the collie race because they considered it the most intelligent. Thus, the Collie 5K project was born. The project was finally closed for several reasons. Among them, the cruelty implied and the fact that the Russians had explored all possibilities and limits of various transplant techniques, but without ever actually achieving their final goal, brain transplantation. Well, friends, this is the end of the first video. I hope that you really enjoyed it. Please comment, share, and subscribe if it was to your liking. This is Ludovico 122 saying goodbye. I'll send you a lot of hugs, okay? But I'll see you tomorrow for the second video so we can access the level 2 of the deep web.
You have one message.
Daniel, I know you're there. Why don't you answer me? I haven't heard from you in days. Call me, please. I miss you, son.
End of message.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. This amazing stranger from the planet Krypton. The Man of Steel. Superman. Empowered with X-ray vision, possessing remarkable physical strength, Superman fights a never-ending battle for truth and justice. Disguised as a mild-mannered newspaper reporter, Clark Kent. Lois, what are you doing here?
Oh, just getting the woman's angle on this story.
The mechanical monster! Look out!
Come on, you fool! You want to get trampled?
Now you wait here. I'll phone this in. Yes, I'll give you the details later, Chief. All right, Lois. Lois!
Shocking, isn't it? This video, as disturbing as it is, has become very popular in very little time. It has been presented to have come from the deep web as a cruel experiment carried out on a man. Some users find it so shocking, so disturbing that they do not believe it to be true. But I gotta tell you, the images that we're just seeing, they're real. And they belong to a tragic case. And I know what you might be thinking. What happened to this man? Why is he being the victim of a horrible experiment? Who is he? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to learn the case of Cao Baquat. Cao Baquat is originally from Vietnam. He is 47 years old and suffers from a strange and degenerative disease. Throughout his life, he has suffered cerebral and limb paralysis. To begin with, the disease was diagnosed as incurable. From a very poor and humble family, he lives paralyzed in this position, as seen in the video, and with the pain caused by the corrosion of each of his limbs. Well, subscribers, welcome to Level 2, the Bergie Web. We're still on the surface level, but on a much more underground than Level 1. Inside, we can find lesser-known web domains, FTP servers, forums and communities, and jailbait porn. You know, minors that, due to their physical appearance, tend to look legal age. The material that can be obtained from this level is of questionable morality and not suitable for the faint-hearted. The morbid tends to be their recurring theme. Returning to the case of Cao Baquat, it's necessary to clarify that even though this video was shared on the deep web, it was first shared on the surface internet. The problem is, the video was so horrible, so gloomy, that users started requesting to be deleted from the sites that we visit daily. That is why it's much more easier to find in Level 2.
The so-called creepypastas also emerged from forums and communities found in Level 2. These are stories of terror similar to the urban legends that became so popular in recent years. Amongst the most famous to mention, we have the likes of Slender Man and Jeff the Killer. But there's one particular creepypasta that stands out amongst the rest of them. So much so that many claim it to be a real case. And some even are encouraged to show photographic evidence of it. The one that we're talking about, it's called the Russian sleep experiment.
The story tells of the late 1940s, where Russian researchers kept 5 people awake for 15 days using a gas-based stimulant. They were locked in a sealed environment to carefully monitor the use of oxygen so that the gas wouldn't kill them. The test subjects were a mix of political and war prisoners declared enemies of the state during the Second World War, who have been promised freedom so long as they agreed to the experiment. During the first 5 days, everything went smoothly. Their conversations and activities were monitored, and the scientists noticed that as the time passed, they talked about traumatic incidents from their past. After day 5, the subjects began to demonstrate severe paranoia. They stopped talking to each other and began muttering strangely. By the 12th day, the whisper ceased. On the morning of the 14th day, the researchers used the intercom inside the room, hoping to provoke an answer from the prisoners, for fear that they were dead. They announced,
"We shall open the room in order to test the microphones. Move away from the doors and lie on the floor with your hands behind your backs, or you will be shot. We'll grant one of you freedom if you obey."
To their surprise, they heard only one sentence, spoken in a calm voice.
"We don't want to be released."
There was a great debate among the investigators and military forces that financed the project. Finally, the decision was made to open the room at midnight on the 15th day. The gas was removed from the room and filled with fresh air. They began to hear voices via the microphones begging for the gas to be turned back on. What the soldiers saw when they entered the room was spooky. 4 of the subjects were still alive. The rations from the last 5 days had not been touched. There were pieces of flesh, taken from the ribs and legs of a dead subject scattered about the room. The 4 survivors also had pieces of skin and flesh torn from their bodies. The prisoners had been eating their own flesh. One Russian soldier died, and another was seriously injured as a result of bites to the neck received from one of the prisoners. This is the photograph that was supposedly taken by a Russian soldier upon entering the room. The prisoners had a grim smile drawn across their face as they implored for more gas. After a long investigation, I was able to verify that the story of the Russian sleep experiment had come from the site 4chan within level 2 of the web in 2010. It's from this point that this story started to go viral, making the jump from work of fiction to urban legend. The Russian sleep experiment serves as a good example on how work of fiction, depending on the context and the naivety of the reader, can transform from a simple story to a perceived reality. It's easy to understand why the internet users always argue time and time again if this is a real case or not, due to the fact that history teaches us that there have been far more wars cruel and grim cases than this one. During World War II, Unit 731, an operation commanded by Shiro Ishii of the Japanese Imperial Army, carried out some of the most diabolical experiments ever performed on humans. Prisoners of war were subjected to vivisections, dissections while still alive and without any kind of anesthetic. Others were frozen, thawed, and had their limbs amputated so as to analyze the efforts of gangrene and putrefaction without treatment. But there's one element that ends up discrediting the whole veracity of the Russian sleep experiment, and that is the photographic evidence. Voila! This Halloween doll can be purchased on this site for the modest sum of $115. Clearly, we are faced with a mirage. Well, friends, we have seen truths and myths of level 2 of the web and how the content increases in intensity. But this is the end for today's video. I hope that you really enjoyed it, so please comment, share, and subscribe if it was to your liking. This is Ludovico 122 saying goodbye, and as always, I send you all virtual hugs. But stay tuned for tomorrow as we entered level 3 of the deep web.
Vico,
Hey Electra, how are you?
you should be more than happy your first video got more than 700,000 views.
Yeah, let's just hope that the second one at least passes the 1 million.
Don't stress. As you keep going deeper in the levels, the more you'll rack them views, and you'll leave Eric Fire in.
Yeah, I still don't understand how that piece of shit gets over 4 million views a day.
Okay, don't lose your focus. Be with me, okay? How was the second level video? Did you use the one I sent you?
Yeah. I told him about the whole Russian sleep experiment and how that came about. And I also linked them to the site that you told me to, that you can purchase the Halloween doll. Yeah. I wanted to ask you though, how did you find that?
It was easy. I used an image recognition app. Just grabbed the picture you sent me, scanned it, and it sent me directly to the one of the doll.
That's clever, actually. Very, very smart. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I haven't been getting enough sleep to be honest. I just want to get as much rest as I can so that tomorrow I can give it my all to level 3.
Awesome. That's what I'm talking about. And remember, the deeper you go, the more you need to be aware not to download anything that you're not 100% positive it's not true. Okay? And when I say 100%, it's 100%, not 99. Got it?
Yeah. Just don't worry. It's gonna be fine. I won't do anything wrong, okay? I'm just gonna go to bed now. Thank you, Electra, for everything. And let me know how the second video turns out, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna be waiting for your upload, okay? Night, Vico.
Bye.
What the hell did you upload?
Electra, what's going on? I was sleeping.
Log into your channel and check that shit out.
What? Fuck? Yeah, I don't know how it happened. I left level 2 videos uploading right before going to bed, then I fell asleep. I don't know what happened.
You don't know what happened? You're a fucking idiot. That's what happened. I mean, Vico, come on, I told you to be careful on the deep web. Somebody must have hacked your computer. Yeah, well, it's fine. I solved it. We're good. No need to trip.
You're right. You're always getting me out of trouble, so I owe you one.
That's why you're lucky I'm representing your ass. I mean, anybody else would have cut you loose by now. And I am going to send you some info for level 3, so there you go, and done. Oh, I'm also shooting over the contact for a hacker. He's top notch. He's gonna send you more info about the deep web and can definitely solve any tech issues. Guess what? I have a meeting in an hour to close some events. I'm gonna see if I can get you nanny. Vico, you're so close of making this, so don't put yourself in trouble, okay? I know you probably don't want to talk about this, and who am I to give you life advice, but Vico, it's been way too long. You have to forget. I don't know, maybe if I can get you these events and you can get out of that house, it's gonna boost your mood.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. I'll promise I'll try.
I hope so. Okay, bye. Talk to you.
Bye.
Ignition sequence starts. 0, 1, 2,
Welcome
3.
to Level 3. From here on out, things will change radically. Because in the dark world of the deep web, websites are usually composed by completely random characters. In fact, you won't be able to find them in your typical search engines, such as Google, Yahoo, Ask, or Bing, or whichever one you use. Even if you copy and paste the whole website to your browser, you won't be able to find it in the surface internet. Because the URLs from the deep web, they don't end in .com or .org. But actually, they end in .onion. Yes, onion. Because just like an onion or an ogre, the deep web also has layers.
Now, you will ask yourselves, how the hell do I enter the deep web? And that is an excellent question. And the answer is Tor.
Not Thor, our answers are not a hammer-wielding Australian hunk. Tor, T-O-R, or the Onion Router, which is a program or a service designed to give access to the deep web and also ensure the privacy of its users.
As you know, in this invisible internet, there are 3 major insecurities that appear upon wanting to enter. The first 2 are computer viruses and IP theft, which may be used to commit serious crimes, such as becoming part of a human trafficking network. And the third danger is the FBI.
Now listen, guys. There's no actual need for me to tell you that you do not want to be caught snooping the deep web by the FBI. You see, both criminal or unbalanced minds or even just curious people can access the deep web and perform any sort of transactions. From pirated music that can be exchanged, or buying or selling weapons or organs or drugs or whatever you can imagine. And you might be asking yourself, how do you actually pay for the content found on the deep web? And the answer is Bitcoin. You see, Bitcoin is a type of virtual currency that was created by a group of people under the pseudonym of Satoshi Nakamoto.
This kind of virtual money has a current value equivalent of between $200 and $300 per Bitcoin. Since the deep internet world hasn't any borders or laws, no one knows where the materials that can be acquired come from.
Well, guys, this has been the video for today, so I hope that it was to your liking. Please comment, share, and subscribe. I'll leave some links in the description below so you can access more information about Level 3 and what you can find on the deep web, but if you access those links, you're on your own, okay? As always, this has been Ludovico 122. I'll send you all virtual hugs, okay? But I'll see you tomorrow for Level 4 of the deep web.
Hello? Daniel?
Hi, Mom.
Daniel, it's so wonderful to reach you, son. Finally, you answered my call. How are you?
I'm fine.
That's your answer? Fine? What's wrong with you? Are you still thinking about that girl? Are you taking your pills?
Yes, I'm taking them.
When are you going to come to visit me? I'm so alone. First your father's abandoned me, and then you know, this house is very big for me, and I don't know what to do. I'm going crazy.
Don't start, okay? Look, I gotta hang up.
You're still doing those silly videos, aren't you? When are you going to grow up, Daniel? Get a serious job and take care of your mother. Like I took care of you when you were a child and had so many problems, huh? When, Daniel? When? Forgive me, son. I didn't mean to say that. Please don't leave me here by myself. Don't leave me. Daniel.
Hey, come on, Barb. Church was this morning, huh? They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it! You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara. Here he comes now. I'm getting out of it.
Johnny! Oh!
Like? Thank you. Yes, I'm jako veselita samobe. I will just speak in English, okay? I need to practice. Since I was a little girl, I wanted to be a star. And I came here so I could find a job, and now I am the leading role of your movie, so I'm very happy. Beautiful cloudy day. Do you like this?
Pater noster quis in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat nomen tuum, fiat voluntas tua sicut in cielo et in terra, panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimitti nobis debita nostra.
Tempo, Jimmy.
I don't know.
Fuck. Come on. Come on. Come on. What is this? Shit! Whoa. Hi, Electra.
7 million views and all you can say is hey?
What are you talking about?
I don't understand you, but I wanna rip the shit out of you.
What?
Go to your channel and check it for yourself, Sleeping Beauty.
This is great.
Sponsors have been blowing out my phone since the ass crack of dawn. I mean, come on. You're the first round pick for the big dogs, and that means a shit ton of cash.
Okay, this is so awesome. Thank you so much. This is all you're doing, Electra, so thank you. And this contact that you gave me, this Deus Darknet guy, thank him as well, because he's amazing.
What? Yeah, I can't. You're breaking up. I can't hear you very well. Okay, I just got to a restaurant. I need to meet with someone. Yeah, I can't hear you.
Okay. Yeah, just call me when you get there, okay? And we'll discuss this. Thank you. Hey, Blackie boy. Okay, I'm gonna head out for a little bit, but I'll have you some food and I'll be back soon, so you should be alright, okay? Bye, bud. In the early morning hours after an anonymous call made to 911, the scorched body of acclaimed YouTuber Eric Fire was found in his home. The body was in a sitting position on his chair in front of his computer. It looks like the young man had covered himself with gasoline and lit himself on fire. A witness claims that hours before the time of death, the victim had been seen walking his dog in his neighborhood whilst chanting some sort of weird phrases with little to no meaning. Some sources claim the YouTuber had suffered an episode of a mystical delirium. Is that?
Tempo, Jimena.
I can't hear. Oh, I can't hear anything in this.
Yes. I don't know what.
What did she say?
Some. I don't know what.
Where's your emergency?
Hello? I think they might be outside my house. I think they're trying to get in. They're stalking. Can you please send someone over? The address is... Hello? Hello? Shit!
Hi, Ludovico 122, Sarquiz.
What is this? What do you want?
I need my favors back. You should be grateful.
Fuck off, I'm not doing anything.
I think you will.
Ellie!
So are you going to help me?
Yeah, come on. Okay. Just tell me what you want. We gotta work something out.
Well, we will start with something simple. I see you have a cute pet floating in that fish hole. I need you to record yourself swallowing your fish.
Come on, man. I can't do that. I won't do it. No, there's gotta be something else.
Rico, what did you do? Rico, what is this? Rico, what is this? Please don't do it. No!
Stop it. Ellie, please, hang on. I will help you. Okay, stop it.
Do you still think this is not real? No one will come to help you. You must hurry. Your friend Electra is a little nervous.
Rico, please.
Okay, stop. Don't touch her. Don't. Please don't. Okay. I'll do what you want. I'll do it.
What did you do? I told you to be careful. I told you.
You have 30 seconds to swallow your pet.
What is that? What's that? Hey, no. Listen, we can talk.
Rico, you have to do everything he tells you, okay?
Can you leave me alone? You get out! Let me go! Get the fuck out of here! No, Rico.
I'm sorry, buddy. Ellie, you're gonna be fine, okay? Hang on. Okay, let's go. fuck? Hey, let's go.
Daniel, why did you leave me? Why did you let me die alone here in the dark? Forgive me, son.
Yes, copy. Got 10:35 and 10:38.